G'day footy fans, Adam Cusworth here to preview the big Friday night match between Gold Coast and Port Adelaide. We head to the top end again in Darwin. This match might be second fiddle to the Collingwood and Sydney and Collingwood match up at the SCG on the same night, which you can see our preview for that game as well. But I'm really looking forward to this one. There's plenty at stake for both sides. Gold Coast 6-3 win-loss record, Port Adelaide at 3-6. I would say don't be fooled by the win-loss records of either side. Port Adelaide, 4 of those 6 losses have been by 3 points or less. My heart bleeds for you, Power fans. You've tortured my side with some close games over the years. But look, in all seriousness, been impressed with Josh Carr, the way he's coaching. Bit of a slow start to the year, but he has shown that he can coach. And one of the big things that I like is that Port Adelaide, look, they've conceded a ton of inside 50s in the past few weeks, but their defence has held up amazingly well. Alir. The Power rank 3rd in the competition for fewest points considered. That's a huge stat. They're only just behind Sydney and Fremantle, the 2 top sides in the competition. And I think what Josh Carr is installing, there's plenty to be optimistic for if you are a Power supporter. And just on the defence, Gold Coast as well, they lost 3 out of 4 matches, but they've tightened up defensively in the past 2 weeks. They won ugly against GWS. They sort of had to. And they won ugly against St Kilda as well. Their pressure, their tackling, and the way they're helping each other out in the backline has improved a stack in the past fortnight. They're not giving up big scores. They only conceded 8 goals against GWS and the same against St Kilda. Slow start last week. They gave up the 5 goals in the first term, but then they only conceded 3 for the rest of the match. That all points to a match where the total points under is right in play here. Darwin a factor. There has been some high scores there over the years, but just a recent trend with these two sides points to a game that's going to go under the total points. That greasy, slippery conditions. The Suns have beaten up on sides. They've won their last 9 there. Mainly been Victorian, some good sides, but Victorian sides, I reckon Port Adelaide, they should be suited by the surface up there as well, and they can actually really push the Suns just with that defensive game that they've got going at the moment. Mitch Georgiadis, they probably rely on him a little bit if they can find other avenues to goal. We've got Durden, who's kicked a few this year. They're right in the frame for an upset win. I'm not going to tip them, but the line that's been set, 26.5, that just screams value for Port Adelaide. Take the total points under. And a couple of other interesting bets. Zach Butters, probably lucky to get away without a suspension. He is on fire this season, 30 plus disposals pretty much in every game. And he has had 35 in his past 2 against the Suns. And if you're an AFL fantasy fan, Took Miller, he averages 111 from his past 4 matches against the Power. Take him for the 100 plus AFL fantasy points, which you can catch in some markets later on in the week. Going to be a ripping game. Swans, Pies, and Suns and Power on the same night. Going to be flicking between the two. Good luck if you're a Power fan. Good luck if you're a Suns fan. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to give us a follow with plenty of great games in store for the weekend and the coming weeks to come as well.